Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 3 of Building Bellevue. I am absolutely stoked, bro. Oh my gosh, you guys have absolutely went crazy on episode 1, let alone episode 2. It's set in stone that this series is clearly not stopping. You guys have just been killing the support, so I have to keep giving you guys what you want, and that is more builds on Bellevue. So that's what we are going to be doing. Now, this episode is going to follow a little bit of a different structure. We will not necessarily be getting on Google Earth to locate a home. Well, I mean, we will be on Google Earth, but we already have a home that we're actually going to be building. In fact, we're building 2 homes for this episode. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting more content within these videos, within these episodes. So that's what we are going to be doing today, is building 2 homes. Now, this was recommended by a comment, I believe, on episode 1. And they recommended that they wanted to see me build, or I guess replicate, the Watterson's house. So I thought, we might as well, we might as well just replicate the Watterson's house and, maybe Gary's house. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So ladies and gentlemen, lads, sit back, relax, grab a snack and get ready, because today we are going to be building these homes. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I won't lie, you guys did give me a great suggestion in terms of these 2 homes, because while they do look small, these were actually quite a challenge to replicate. And I say that because there's just a lot of small details, and you guys know me and the details. Like, we gotta have a lot of details, because again, that's what brings these builds to life, is all of the tiny details. So the first thing I did was I went on Google and I just typed in the Watterson's house, and we were presented with several photographs of his house, and it was mainly just the front of the house. We have maybe like one picture of the backyard, and that's really about it. We don't have any side pics of the house or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to try to find this house in real life on Google Earth. And we did get some luck. We did find the actual house. However, the Google Street View car does not go all the way down the road where this house is actually located, which kind of sucks, because it does limit what I'm able to actually view. However, there was one clutch human being who took an actual photo for the Google Earth streetcar, that did miss this. So luckily we were able to work with that, but unfortunately it was still just the fronts of the homes. You can't really see too much of the side or anything like that. And yeah, it's literally just one angle of the house. Now, I know these homes are a little bit different in the show versus like IRL. And I'm saying that because the Watterson's house on Google Earth, as you guys can see, we're looking at this home from an aerial viewpoint, and it has this kind of weird back section that is like, it has like a gray roof. It's completely different than like, the main house per se. But in the actual show, when I looked at a photograph of the backyard, it doesn't look like this house actually has this section in the show. So we're gonna try to actually build what is in the show rather than what we are presented with on Google Earth. Now, the first house that we are going to be building, or I guess I should say replicating, because that's just kind of what we do around here, is actually going to be Gary's house. We're gonna start with Gary's house, and then we are going to shift focus on to the Watterson's house. Now, not too long ago, I did mention that these houses were, a little bit challenging for me to actually replicate. And that, that's just for just a few reasons. So first and foremost, we don't have many angles to actually look at these homes. We have a front angle, we have like one picture of a back angle. I have no idea what Gary's house looks like. I have no idea what it looks like in the backyard. The only thing that I'm able to work with is a pretty pixelated aerial view from Google Earth. So I kind of had to just wing it with what I was given. I can't find any actual picture of Gary's house from the cartoon. So yeah, we kind of just had to use the aerial view from Google Earth, which is not really that high res. And yeah, it's just not super helpful. And the third thing is that there's just a lot of minor details within these homes. And you guys know me, I'm all about getting all of these details down as accurately as possible. Now, obviously, you guys just saw me redo the roof, so that was like one of the first issues that I was experiencing with Gary's house, because his house doesn't really have a pointy roof. So this one with just the slabs looks a lot more, I guess, accurate. Now, right here, we're trying to put down some white trim, and I'm using some trapdoors here at the top, and this just looks a little too thin to me. So I think we're gonna switch this out for some slabs here instead. So we have a pretty good portion of Gary's house, just on the front section actually done. It's coming together pretty well. So I thought we would switch focus here to the Watterson's house, probably just get the front of this built up. I noticed he has blue steps and also like a blue trim or like carpet or something on the actual porch itself. And this was the first thing that I was kind of confused on how I'm actually going to implement this. So right here, we do have a blue trim, but it's just trapdoors. And I don't know, I just didn't really think it looked that great. So we're probably gonna switch this here later on down the road. And the next problem that I was really experiencing here was the actual roof. I just don't understand the Watterson's house. It looks really small and really simple, but it was actually it was pretty difficult. It was more difficult than Gary's house. It's just because this roof here in the front is kind of weird. It doesn't really overhang too much from the actual like pillars that are supporting, you know, this little porch roof thing section. So we kind of had to, it kind of took me a little bit to fix this, but we finally got something going. Now right here in this shot, you guys can see we did switch out that white trim there at the top for slabs. It's a lot thicker and it just looks way better in my opinion. So Gary's house and the Watterson's house actually have this like different front window design, and it's not the basic windows that we've been using here on pretty much all of the houses in the series. So this window, I actually had to do something different. So we're not actually using frames. Well, I mean, I guess we are, like we're kind of making our own frames. So I'm putting down some doors, and then I'm putting down some fence, and then I'm putting down some white trim, which is triggered through the button. So basing the back of Gary's house, off of what we have on Google Earth, we can see that there is this like back section that kind of protrudes out like this. And you can kind of see it from the backyard photo that I have on the Watterson's house. So that's what we are making right now. I went ahead and decided to slap a door with some stairs here on the back of Gary's house just because, I don't know, I think it looks kind of nice. Maybe he would appreciate having a back door there. We're just gonna say that he requested this personally. Now, I'm not too sure if this door is here actually in the show. Please, someone let me know in the comments. I don't think it is, but we're just gonna say it is. So Gary's house is pretty much done. I mean, like the base of the house is pretty much done. Now we're just kind of going through and applying some smaller details. We gotta make sure the boy has, electric and, power to his house. And he's got this square thing outside with the fans on top. I think that like powers the AC. Someone please tell me what that does. It powers the AC or something, right? I really don't know. I just build things. And we're also going to be hooking up Gary with a pool because, I mean, like, why not? Don't know if he has one in the show, but on Google Earth, it does look like there is a pool of some sort here in the backyard. So we will also be, throwing that in. So now with Gary's house done, we are going to be putting our full focus on the Watterson's house and wrapping this one off. And guys, that will be 2 houses down for this episode. Also, lads, be sure to stick around until the end of this episode, because at the very end, we will actually be switching off the texture pack and the shaders, because it seems a lot of you want to see these builds without the textures. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm forewarning you, it's not gonna be a pretty sight. So after we got through the 2 obstacles at first with the Watterson's house, that being the porch roof and also the blue trim, after we got that all figured out, this house was pretty much a breeze, I'm gonna be honest. It was pretty easy. So now we're just kind of, gonna be going through, applying some smaller details, giving this guy some trash cans, and also a recycling bin, because recycling is very important. Okay, it is. We're also going to be giving this guy electricity, because he's probably going to need that too. And just some of the finer details. So after that though, this house is pretty much done, and I think pretty much successfully replicated the Amazing World of Gumball. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm very curious. I think these actually turned out really good, and they are very fitting for the neighborhood. Now it looks like Mr. Watterson here also has a wooden shed in the backyard, which we will also be adding, and he has, it looks like a clothesline or something here, so we're also going to be throwing that in as well, because these are very important. He has to have these, and I really only know that because he told me that, so yeah, just letting you know. All right, we're gonna be switching off the texture pack now, so please prepare your eyes, all right? It's gonna be horrendous, okay? You're gonna be like, what in the f am I looking at? Seriously, what is this?